Hello, Photography Nation. Today is all about connecting. You're listening to the Master Your Lens podcast, episode 160.
Hey, John Lee Dumas here, the founder and host of EO Fire, and welcome to the Master Your Lens podcast, the photography podcast dedicated to sharing inspiring stories, technical tips, and powerful secrets to help you become a better photographer. And now, your host, Matthew Jordan Smith.
Hello, Photography Nation. I've got a question for you. How many of you have used Zoom over the last 2 months? There has been a boom in people jumping online to video chat, and the hot platform of the moment is Zoom. Zoom is my favorite platform for doing one-on-one training. In the past, for group training, I've used Facebook Live. But even that has changed. And over the last few months, I've been using Zoom even for large groups as well. So why is Zoom so popular right now? We can connect with all of our friends and family all around the world. Doesn't matter where they are. But because of the current situation, with many people still in a shelter-in-place mode, not all, it's now May 6th, 2020, and things are beginning to open up. May God be with us all. But during this time, these last few months, people have been yearning to connect with friends and family, and Zoom has been that platform to do that. Now, as I just said, I've been using Zoom for the last 3 years or so, and I use it very often. But it wasn't until this week that my family and I got on Zoom and connected. Now, I live in Tokyo, Japan, but my family is all over, mostly in the States, of course, West Coast, East Coast, North, South, but for the first time ever, because we can't get together physically, we got together on Zoom. And I must say, it was a lot of fun. Older, younger, didn't matter the age. Everyone really had a good time being able to see each other and talk together. This was the first time that's ever happened in my family before online, and we really enjoyed it. Now, I want you to keep that in mind as we go into today's subject. Today, we're diving into part 3, the final part of a 3-part series on how to get big clients. Let me ask another question. What do you think is easier, getting a new client or keeping a client and having that client for a long time? Of course, the latter, getting a client, creating a connection, and keeping that client for many years. That's going to be the secret to your success. If you want to try to find a new client on every single job, you may have a harder time making a lifelong career. Careers are about having clients and return business. One client that hires you over and over and over again, or shares your name with other clients. Word of mouth is great. But today in part 3, we're going to dive into how you really connect with your clients. Now, I say today because we are living in a very different world. When 9/11 happened, there was life before 9/11 and life after. Whenever there's a big shift in the world, we never go back to the way things were. And right now, we are in another big shift. There was the way life was before COVID-19, and then there's going to be life after COVID-19. And things will change. They always do. So let's talk about how to get big clients today in this environment and keep those clients for years to come. One great thing that has come out of this crisis is connection. Can you feel it? People have been connecting in ways that they did not before. We all yearn for human connection. And because that's been taken away, we crave it even more. So today, I've got 3 tips for you on how to get big clients in today's environment. Number 1, I want you to make a list of every client you've ever worked for. Take out your pen and paper and start writing. Make a list of all your clients. If you've been shooting for a long time, this may take you a while. If you're new to photography, maybe you only have 1 or 2. Doesn't matter. Write down a list of all your clients. Now here's the fun part. I'd like for you to reach out to all those clients. And since we all have the time now, you and your clients at the moment may still be at home. This is the perfect time for you and your client to have a one-on-one Zoom happy hour. I just did this last week, and it was so much fun. We got on Zoom, just myself and my client. We toasted to each other and just had a conversation catching up on life. It was relaxing. It was stress-free, and it was so much fun. Now, I can't see many of my clients. Actually, I can't see any of my clients. Well, not in person. But I can see them via Zoom. And so can you. So this is the time to go through your client list. Call them all on Zoom and have a happy hour get together. If you want a lifetime of clients, you better make a connection. Your next big job is going to come from someone you know, a client you know. And this, my friend, is the time for you to make a strong connection. Don't talk about work when you're on the call. Talk about life. Not your life, but their life. Ask questions about them. This is you making a connection. Now, yes, they'll probably ask you about your life and what you've been doing and talk about that, but make it all about them. Show you care. Make a connection. And here's something else. If you've had a falling out with a client, maybe you haven't spoken in a while, this is the perfect time to connect again. Heal past scars. Reach out. See how they're doing. Mend that relationship. Okay, that's number 1. But tip number 2, and this is going to be fun for you. You're home. You're a photographer. You've got all your gear. Why not create a new creative self-portrait? Now let me stop for a second. I don't mean just a simple self-portrait. Anybody can do that, and it's kind of boring. But I want you to get creative. We're in a new time, and a portrait can be anything you want it to be. If you take a picture of your hand holding a Starbucks cup of coffee, because you have Starbucks all the time, every day. Well, in normal times, that picture of your hand holding that Starbucks coffee, that would be a version of a self-portrait because it's something that you do every day. Now, I'm not really into Starbucks, but my wife is, and even right now, she is yearning for Starbucks. Every Starbucks here in Tokyo has been closed. But maybe one of your clients loves Starbucks and is missing it the same way my wife is. That picture of your hand around a Starbucks cup is going to connect with the person who loves it as well. And it's something different. You see, when it comes to your self-portrait, it cannot be the same thing people are used to seeing. It must be something different. This week, I did a new creative self-portrait, and I posted that image on Instagram. And surprisingly, it's gotten a lot of reaction. Now, I did this self-portrait just experimenting, playing around with light. And the only subject around who would not get tired of me taking pictures is me. So I had fun playing with light and creating new versions of self-portraits. We're all going to look back on the things we did during this time. And during this time, people are creating new and amazing things. That's what artists do. I've been watching all my friends, and they have all been creating some amazing things during this time because we have this time to sit, think, and create. So get out there and create your new self-portrait and share that with all your clients. Watch what happens. Now, maybe you're wondering, how is this going to help me get a big job, Matthew? Well, you need to be on your client's mind. There's an old advertising book that talks about having 7 points of contact to get one client. Those 7 points of contact don't need to be you promoting yourself 7 different times, but being on your client's mind at least 7 different ways. You showing your creativity in your self-portrait that's fun and interesting gets people to think about you and your work. So get to work right now thinking about your new creative self-portrait. Don't make it something expected. Surprise us and get to work. All right, let's dive into part 3 on how to get your next big job. When I shoot, I love having behind the scenes images. I always have. Even back in the days when we were only shooting film, I loved having pictures of me working with my clients, my assistants, and those images were just for me, behind the scenes. It's a way of documenting your time, that year, your age, your life, your photography. For those of you who have never done this, I highly suggest on every shoot to start getting behind the scenes images. You at work, those who are working with you, you working with your clients. Now here's the fun part. So many of us have been going through our past images, going through our archive. Has that been you? If so, raise your hand. See? So many of us have been doing that, going through our archive of our past images and finding some amazing images, some amazing memories. I'd like for you now to go back through your past shoots with some of your clients and find images of them behind the scenes. Not the actual job where you're actually shooting, but maybe just stuff having fun before, during, or after the photo shoot. Then put together a PDF memory of your time working with that client. These images should be fun memories because that's what behind the scenes is. It's those moments that happen when everybody's not thinking about what's going on. You're documenting the day, and everybody loves looking at those behind the scenes images. A glimpse into that day. Take those images, put them together in a PDF, and send a visual memory board to your clients. Trust me, they will get a kick out of this. You'll put a smile on their face. And when that next big job comes along, guess who's going to be the first person on their mind? So there you have it. Connect, connect, connect. Tip number 1, use Zoom to have a happy hour with all of your past clients. make that connection. Number 2, make a brand new, creative self-portrait during this time and send that to your clients. Number 3, go through all your behind-the-scenes images and put together a feel-good PDF of you working with your clients. Send that and put a smile on their face. All of this and more will lead to you having more clients, having more fun, and creating a great life as a photographer. All right, Photography Nation, thank you for your time today. If you are not a part of my free Facebook group, please come and join us at Photography Lighting Ninjas. Just go to Facebook and put in Photography Lighting Ninjas. I look forward to seeing you there and seeing you back here next week on the Master Your Lens podcast. I'm photographer Matthew Jordan Smith, wishing you an amazing day no matter where you are in the world. We are all in this together, and we're going to get out of it together. Have a great day. Always dream big. Bye for now.